Hey everyone, welcome back to the tours. I'm today's host, Mega, because we have an interesting situation. The co-host, Elva, is showing her country, Korea. Elva, hello, introduce yourself.
Hello, this is very odd being on this side of the, camera, I guess. My name is ElvaFirestone, video representative for Team Korea. I myself am not Korean, but I do speak Korean, and I lived in and worked in Korea. I haven't been playing Minecraft more professionally, quote unquote, for all that long. It's only been, I think, 2 years since I've started playing it more in a professional sense, but I also don't do commissions or anything like that. I just build during competitions because I enjoy the fun of it.
Right. Let's talk about Korea's planning. I haven't seen Korea's map yet, but when you were making it, how did that go?
So, for a bit of background, the original competition had a set of teams that we went into, and Korea was not in that original set of teams. We actually were brought in as a secondary team later, I want to say 2 or 3 days later.
Oh.
So, we had to kind of scramble the whole time to even get enough people onto our team. So that was something that really, really was difficult. Most of my other team members knew each other. I came in without knowing any of my team members, but I was also the only English speaker. So that's why I became the video representative.
Oh, wow.
In terms of planning, some of my team members, we did a group call the night before the server opened, and they showed off some of their previous builds, and they had been working on a city build, a 1-to-1 city build, and they were like, okay, let's do that with Seoul, because we were assigned Seoul, and then let's also kind of bring in some of the Korean history. So we wanted to do the mountains from a piece of art that I'll talk about later when we look at the mountains. And then we did play around with the idea of a cool wooden fence, kind of like wood design at the very front surrounding the map to put it in. That didn't end up happening because of time reasons.
Oh.
But you can kind of see that in our initial planning stages.
Why a wooden fence specifically? Is it some sort of traditional thing in Korea?
So there's a really famous palace in Korea called Gyeongbokgung, and it has the piece of art that we wanted to feature in our background, and it also has some of the designs we were trying to replicate. We just really wanted to kind of show off the traditional and the modern Korean, but again, because of time constraints, we really only went into the Seoul and the modern aspect of it. But I'm actually really happy with how this build turned out, despite us A, not having all that many people, B, not having all that much time, and then C, I am not a 1-to-1 builder. Thank goodness for our amazing team captain Piero Name. He did so much work, and I just really want to shout him out, and we're really thankful for him.
Wow, that's cool. How many people did you have actively building?
I'm pretty sure of our active builders, we had 10 active builders, but at any given time, 3 or 4 people on the server. Hard to say for sure. I was operating in a different time zone, so we just might not have matched up at all times.
Okay, that's not bad. I expected you to say you had 3 people total.
Yeah, well, the other interesting thing we had people playing on Bedrock. And so they had an iPad, and we imported their builds in.
Oh.
So we had people working independently and then bringing their builds in, which also helped. And I'll talk about that person's build later, because they actually did the Gyeongbokgung Palace. But it was just interesting to see the different technologies or the versions that we brought in.
Wow, that's the first time I think any country done that.
Yeah, it was so odd seeing the photos come in and just seeing the touch screen.
At least it was a screenshot, not a picture of the iPad, right? We are on some bridge.
Yeah, so this is
Oh no, it's unsupported. It doesn't have pillars.
I know, our architecture here. So this is the Han River that we're standing at right now, and this is more or less central Seoul. We really focus our main build around the Gyeongbokgung Palace that we'll look at later. And then as we get a little further out, so the central area is pretty much perfect 1-to-1. But then as we get a little further out, we got a little free with our scaling. So the Han River is not this close to where we are, but we needed a good endpoint for the build.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, you have a 1,500 plot, so gotta fit it all in. That's a very nice park here by the river. Does something like that exist with bike lanes and everything.
Yes, Korea has really great walking spaces. And if we go to the right, this is like the Cheonggyecheon stream area. So this was one of the most beautiful places to watch getting built because I loved the colors and the designs of this. And I don't remember if this is the exact area, but in Seoul, there is an area that used to be a highway that they actually took out and they put in the river, the stream, and a ton of walking spaces. I think this might be the region where it is, but it actually helped the traffic because it used to be traffic bumper to bumper all the time, and then they took it out and it just dispersed the traffic to other roads and forced people to do public transportation and stuff and really cleared this area. It's really pretty in the fall and spring because you have the leaves changing and the sakura flowers, like the cherry blossoms, and tons of walking areas. That's really nice about Seoul. It's really pedestrian accessible.
Oh, really nice. Nice heart statue sharing the love. Is that real?
I have never been to this place. I do believe this exists in real life. There are a ton of these little like photo zones. So in all the cities, like a cool little photo area where you can take photos with it.
We should take a selfie here at the end.
Yes.
All right. Should we start on this side, other side, center?
I think we should start in the center area. Let's start at the heart. This is the central square. This is the Gwanghwamun Gwangjang, so the Gwanghwamun, which is the name of the gate, square. And this is where we feature two pretty famous statues. So this statue up front is Admiral Lee Sun-shin, who is from the famous Battle of Myeongnyang, where he defeated the Japanese army who had 130 plus boats, and he only had 13, and he managed to defeat them. So He became quite the legend.
I can see why he's a hero.
Yeah, so these two statues here were one of the first things that we got done, and as someone who's not great at organics, I just really want to appreciate this statue work at such a small scale, because you can very clearly see what it is. Something I also liked that we did for all of these reflections is we basically copy and pasted and flipped all of these builds, so they all have reflections.
Oh, so is this water? It's very black.
It's dark water.
Oh, I see.
But it does exist.
Was this like a fountain?
It's the ships we use to...
Okay, I don't know why the dragon is doing that, but that's a ship. Okay.
And then the statue behind him is King Sejong the Great, a very, very famous, if not the most famous, Korean king from the Joseon dynasty. He basically is the one who created Korea's current writing system, which is called Hangul. So that's why we can celebrate it. Hangul is actually one of the only languages where we actually know the date it was created, and he wanted to make it so that people with little education could learn how to read and write.
Oh, he's holding a book.
He did a lot of inventions too that I cannot name off the top of my head, but he did a ton of stuff, so he was pretty cool. Yeah, he's holding a book in his hand.
Very nice.
Basically made Korea kind of what it is today.
All right, and another awesome tiny organic.
Yes, again, I wish I remembered who did these organics because I love them.
Who did those trees? It's easy to make a replica or a structure and just focus on the structure, but this has a very beautiful environment, tree sparks as well.
Yeah, thank you. I believe this was Piero Nim, our team captain, who did these. We have these yellow trees as well that use the coral, and I've actually ended up using that color pattern since.
Very nice colors. Poland doesn't get red or yellow trees.
Korea kind of does. We did stylize this somewhat, but I think it adds color to this area.
All right. Very nice. And what is behind? Is this some parliament building?
It's a museum and a performing arts center. So we actually have some things in it that we built. The other thing I really appreciate about what my team did is everything is complete, like for the most part. We have a lot of interiors. Our subways underground, which we'll take a look at, are done. Like you can take these subways and it looks like it actually does in Korea. This is the Emilejong, which is a giant bell, and it was said to be made with a child's sacrifice. So they lovingly sacrificed children to it. Yep.
Yeah, that's the bell, the evil bell.
Yeah, but it is pretty. I believe this is the turtle boat.
Whoa. Is this from the statue outside we saw? Or is this different?
Yeah. Yes. So this is the ships he used to repel the Japanese invasion. And these are called turtle boats. They're just really, really awesome warboats. They have like a dragon head bow. They have spiked roofs, lots of cannons, highly maneuverable, and then they're really heavily armored. So they did a good job.
Yeah, I appreciate all the detail, even inside and all the oars down there, and everything is, as you say, very complete.
Again, we just really went into the details, even though it was never going to get seen. We just were like, yeah, let's show everything off. And then we have some fun items, just like filling the space.
Wait, where? Hi, I'm not lost.
This actually is where our team area was, where we showed off our team. Unfortunately, in the world transfer, this didn't save.
Oh.
So this had all of our team heads on it, but unfortunately, I don't have it. What's nice about this build, too, is you can walk through this whole thing, like, no problem. Just and then this is like, as I said, the Performing Arts Center, so you can perform in here, and I'm pretty sure there have been some famous performances in here.
Very nice.
Let's find a subway, and we can appreciate how much effort my team put in to.
Yeah, I'm appreciating the HVAC equipment on the roof, which like most people forget. I was like, no way, they did the full subway system.
Yeah, these subway lines are accurate. So I started with these subways, and then I did a very basic subway underground because I was like, well, it's never going to be viewed. That got cleared by the other team members, and they did an actual interior of these subways as if you were actually going down, which looks incredible, even though it would never be seen. So every subway has like 8+ exits, depending on where they are, so you can just navigate underground instead of having to cross streets above ground. It's really nice. But you scan in your card, and then you go down, and each line has a different color. So we are on the orange line, which is the 3, and this goes through. This is accurate. This is where the subway is.
Oh, there's a train.
And then you can take the subway. I think the train's at a different station right now.
The train is it a slightly larger scale? Still very nice train.
I tried to keep it as close to 1-to-1 as I could. It might be slightly bigger, but I'm actually really happy with how it turned out because, as I said earlier, I'm not a 1-to-1 builder. I build usually at 16 times scale.
Oh my god.
So.
Okay, I see. And there are multiple subway stations. Are they actually like connected, or they're just separate?
So each station is like a separate station, and they'll be connected by their lines. So if the orange line stations connect to the orange line stations, I think we have a brown line, which is the 6, somewhere a little further up the map, and that'll be accurate to its location above ground. We really made this almost a perfect 1-to-1, at least for the central region.
I also appreciate the texturing, like on the ceiling. I believe this is the underside of a loom or something.
Right? It looks really good. I don't take credit for this one. I think I might have done the floors, but they definitely redid my roofs that I did in here because I just had a really simple pattern, and they were like, no,
wow, how could they?
I went, okay. I have no issues with it because I'm very proud of how this turns out, and I love what we did.
I'm gonna assume the buildings around are based on actual structures, but like they're not actually there in this place in real life.
So some of them are actually true to life, some of them aren't. We really started in this central region, so a lot of these in this square area are accurate and would be what the building looks like or where it's located. I had a friend in Korea look at it, and he's like, I'm pretty sure my dad works in that office over there. As time got a little bit more tight, we did kind of start pasting in buildings without really thinking about where they were. But we started with the roads and the plan and then just got a little bit more detailed. If you go behind the statue of King Sejong over here, we have this lovely sitting park area. This is the alphabet park. So as I said, King Sejong developed the Korean lettering system. There's a lot of monuments to it. This is one such. I had display entities here at one point, but I think it got lost in the transfer over. So each letter of the Hangul Korean alphabet are on these rocks.
Oh, I see.
And this is accurate as well. Like, this is true to life. This building behind it is true to life. This is like a police building.
Wow. Also appreciate the roads here. They have curves and all that stuff, and yet again they feel very complete, very finished, really nice texture and color.
Something that I really liked that I assisted with but was not my idea was biome painting and waterlogging these stairs because the
Yeah,
roads do look like this.
I noticed the water. Is it to hide the lower part of the stair to emphasize the fact it's a half thin line?
Correct, because the streets are like this colorful in Seoul, and so we wanted to do those colors, but you know, there are limitations, so we did stairs to get the colors, and then one of the team members just decided, let's waterlog it and biome paint it. And that was what I spent several hours on, is just going through and waterlogged all of these stair blocks.
Oh, biome paint to change the watercolor, right?
Mm-hmm. I think this is like pale forest water or something.
Okay. I just set my time tonight. I see all the street lamps and all the buildings have random lights.
Yes, that was the other thing. So we wanted our build featured at night. So this actually looks best, I think, at night. But it looks good both in day and night, and that was something we also emphasized, is we want it looking good at all times.
Wait,
I do love looking at it at night, but again, I do have to admit it's better to tour during the day. We are now entering the central point of Seoul. This is Gwanghwamun, which is the gate, the name of this gate, and it leads into Gyeongbokgung Palace, which is the famous palace from the Korean dynasty before history happened, we'll say.
Insane work on the roofs.
Yeah, this is some of my favorite work this person did. This was done all pretty much by Kim Mina-nim, and she was the one who was doing this on like the iPad.
Wow.
Or in Bedrock, and we were porting it in. Incredible work.
How do you debug stuff on Bedrock?
There's a mod. It's not World Edit or Axiom, but there is a building like Tinker Tool almost looking mod, and I can see it in the screenshots they sent. It was a journey getting the Bedrock version stuff into this.
I can imagine.
This complex is called Gyeongbokgung. This is the palace. This is actually it being rebuilt. It has burned down / was destroyed twice. Korea has an interesting history, we'll say. It was actually occupied by Japan for 40-ish years, and in that time they kind of tried to just completely destroy Korean culture. So this palace got destroyed and they put in like a boring concrete building. But when that occupation ended, they rebuilt the palace, and it's now this beautiful, beautiful complex. So you have the main palace, and then tons of walking areas. You got a museum that you can visit that shows off Korean history.
I hope you don't mind. I'm currently sitting on the throne. I don't know if that's where you wanted me to go.
100%. And I love, love, love the colors of this palace. It's so colorful, and I love the reds and the greens with the orange in it. It does look like this. You can't enter this area as a tourist, but you can look into it, and they have like puppets, mannequins. And something to note as we look at the throne is behind the throne right here, you can kind of see it. This blue is called Ilworobongdo, which is the painting of the sun, moon, and 5 peaks. It is an incredibly famous work of art put on screen right now, but it's the background of our build. So we took this piece of art and then we made it the background of our entire build.
I see a little bit through the window. We will get to that. I can't get too excited.
I'm just really happy to really show this off because it's so cool, and there's so much that didn't get seen. And I love this palace. This was Mina's project pretty much the entire time. I think they did maybe one other building. I think they did the blue house, but this is what they spent their time on. This was what they dedicated themselves to.
Wow.
And it really, really turned out well. This is perfectly accurate. You can navigate to all these places. I've been here. You wear Korean traditional hanbok. Awesome.
There's a gate here. I can go this way.
This leads to the Queen's Palace and the gift shop and toilets. The highlight, the important
part. The Queen's Palace and the toilets. Don't forget the toilets.
Yeah. You know, attention to detail. We put in the bathrooms here. We didn't have to do that, but we made the effort to, which, again, is incredible. And then we have the lovely gift shop over here. This had everyone's heads. So I think this was predominantly Pieronim's head, and then our other co-captain, Evan. This is the Queen's Palace in the water here, the reflection pool.
Wow.
And so it's just like this little island. It's super pretty. In spring, when all the cherry blossoms are blooming. It is stunning to visit.
Wow, I see the upside down version. That's so smart.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and I found the bridges. I was like, you can't enter this place, but you can.
Yeah, it's very limited entry because Confucius society, so women were separated.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, back in the throne room, there's so many clashing colors, but they work together so well.
Yeah, the orange with the blue just looks really, really good in my opinion. It's such a fun palette to work with. I don't even know where to go from here. Let's go to the blue house and we'll do a loop like this. Okay.
Oh, we're gonna see. Okay, we can see the background now. Okay, let's go. The palace and background. It's all blue. Let's see it all. Wow.
Okay. Before we talk about the blue house, let's talk about the background.
All right.
So this was the artwork I was talking about, the Bongdo.
Wow.
Which I might be slightly butchering the pronunciation, but it's this beautiful piece of art that inggarn spent a majority of his time shaping them in World Painter and like using software, and then we played around with the colors. We just really wanted to replicate that artwork and just have that be our backdrop, because Korea is this mountainous. Like, there are mountains like this in Seoul.
Wow.
But we just really wanted to do this, artwork style. So we have the sun and the moon and the 5 mountains, and these clouds are beautiful. Piero did those clouds. I really like how these turned out, and this was predominantly like one person's project. It took him so long, but it really worked out. How
was this colored? Axiom, maybe?
I think it was in the software. I want to say it's World Painter or like a terrain generator. We pasted it in from that software.
Okay.
We settled on this one, and I love the palette.
Yeah, I've seen a single picture of the entire map with the city being in front and the mountains framing the back. That is so good, and it fits so well.
Right in front of the mountains here is the blue house. This is the equivalent of the Korean white, or of the American White House. It's actually, I don't think, used anymore. They've moved, but you can visit this location now, and it has the history of all the presidents, and this is where they used to do their presidential stuff. It's called the Blue House because the roof is blue. This was also done by the person who did the Gyeongbokgung Palace, Mina, and this was one of the last things that got put in.
I see.
And did press conferences. One of the things I'm sad I don't think I can show off is we did a drone show. Someone had command blocks, and he did command blocks with allays to do like a welcome to Korea kind of show, and it was all automated with a command, but I don't think those commands made it through the port, and it breaks my heart because it looked really good. I didn't actually I didn't get the chance to show it off either in the video, and I'm like, this is also kind of part of the Gyeongbokgung complex, but we have traditional Korean buildings are called hanok. So this is the Hanok village. We got some more cool buildings. This was a lot of space filling, but we also have an open air market over here, which somewhat survived the port.
Well, it has a lot of heads.
It's like just a fish market, so you can buy fresh fish and then eat it. You can get other ingredients. Really fun. There's tons of people here, fresh veggies.
Real nice. And then when I turn around, I'm gonna get jump scared by a massive stadium you somehow fitted in here. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is the other one where we did some really awesome command block work that was featured in the Beast video, but I don't have the commands anymore. So this is the Idol Stadium. So K-pop, as many people know, is very popular nowadays in the international culture thanks to the Hallyu wave. So we decided to show that off with this stadium. Originally, we just had it as like K-pop idols, unnamed, but I changed it to Huntrix because it was right around the time K-pop Demon Hunter was getting very, very popular. So we made this be like, oh, it's Huntrix performing. We had them dancing on stage here. Again, fully done interior, reference to all the stage equipment. The Korea team did an incredible job. Like,
the realism aspect is incredible. I also love the fireworks outside.
I love how these fireworks are done. Candles, great idea to get that kind of beady aspect of it. Who's the other team we just reviewed? USA, they did flowers. I think that's also a really good idea, but I do like the candles.
Definitely.
And then like the strobe lights in the background.
Who's that?
So this is called Gyeongbokgung, which is a park showing off some just historical, like, Shilla dynasty.
What is this, though?
This is the pagoda park, is the English word. So it's a 10-story pagoda, and then it's built during the Koryo or the Chosun dynasty. And then we just preserved it because the Japanese did try to destroy it, and we saved it, protected it.
It's now caged.
But it is safe now.
I also appreciate how every park, every area seems to have its own funky path design on the ground.
We tried to make every area unique, so there's not a lot of copy-pasting.
Oh, I found an important looking building.
Might be a convention center.
Oh, could be. I see another subway station nearby. Is it unique, or will it have the same thing?
It will look similar, but it is fully
Oh
furnished.
my god. Okay, I have to go down and appreciate it if it's different. Oh, there's a train at the station. That's good.
This was our last furnished area where we are right now. This was blank until the day before the contest ended. So I don't think these buildings are very true to life.
But still, nice architecture all around.
Right.
Oh, there's a second park. That's so cool.
Yeah, so there's Cheonggyejeon, which is the stream, and then there's the Han River. All right, and then if we follow the bike path...
Which way? Left or right?
Left to the other side of the map.
Left facing which direction? Yes, we haven't seen this area yet.
Yeah, these are government buildings.
Government.
Just, again.
Okay, yeah, very different style of architecture, very sort of classical.
Yeah, this is kind of where you'll see the like westernization, industrialization, Japanese impact, colonialism. That's just like government buildings, filling space. If we keep going along this direction, we hit Lotte World, which is just an amusement park in a mall. It's great.
Whoa.
This might be a slightly different area, but I refer to it as Lotte World solely because Lotte World does have a like interior section and an exterior section.
Yeah, very complex building, and again, well replicated.
It's either a replica or it is inspired by the real thing,
Okay.
built to fit the space.
And then there's a walking guy statue.
Yeah, it's a reference to the farmers and like the agriculture.
Ah.
The building next to it is Seoul-yok, which is Seoul Station, which is one of the biggest train stations. It's the hub of travel and trains. This was the original Seoul Station, is this red building. So this was built in 1905, and then it was expanded. And this connects everything. Like, this connects Korea, because Korea is connected by trains. So in Seoul area, you have the subways, which has about 2.4 billion riders a year, with like 10 million people a day. And then KoRail, or KTX, which are the bullet trains between cities, that'll see about 1 billion riders a year.
Wow.
It's efficient and a great way to travel.
There's no trains.
They're all busy. They're on a thing, counting down the minutes to the end of the competition. They just went in and did an interior. It was crazy to watch because I was at work at the time, so I couldn't assist, but they were live streaming it. I was just like, what is going on? It was just like, pace, place.
Amazing.
This crazy. This station is huge, but it's really easy to navigate, and then it's just really fun to ride the trains. Like, if you ever get the opportunity, definitely hop on these trains.
And there's even more stuff. What is this?
National Assembly Building.
Ah, okay.
So this is where their government stuff happens. They do stuff. I have a map of Seoul pulled up, and I'm just scrolling through it as needed.
Are these landmarks sort of in the respective directions that they would appear in real life?
Yes. Map of Seoul. You could more or less transpose it on top of our map. I built, I guess, environment of this area, and we just kind of were going willy-nilly.
Okay. I must say I appreciate, even though the skyscrapers are empty a lot of the time, they have sort of layers of stuff inside that makes it almost seem filled, even though it's like a bunch of end rods and fading glass.
Yes, I love and appreciate it. If we go up the hill, we'll reach
there's stuff there.
Namsan. So this is
Wow.
Namsan Tower. This is something I built, but I think this might be a different one than the one I built because I think mine was too large of a scale.
Oh.
But the red and white tower in the back, and then the building it's sitting on, I built. And then it has this padlock area, so couples go up there and they'll put a lock on the fence, and it symbolizes, their eternal love. I believe it started as a radio tower. I don't think it's still used as a radio tower.
Very nice.
This is just, it's a great map to just kind of experience at ground level.
I did want to just do a quick flyover of the entire city. I will do that with Voxy mod, so that I can load in the entire map and show it off.
Yeah, and, we tried to do as many interiors as we could, but we just ran out of time. We weren't really assigned anything. We had a different world where we were building assets, and then we would paste those assets in if you weren't in the central area. Like the central area, as I said, was pretty accurate.
Well, loading to Solon will take me a few more minutes, so how about we do our wrap-up like this, with me flying around like a madman? You said you love the entire map, and I'm sure you do, but what is your favorite part of the map?
I think I have to go with the mountains. Absolutely, absolutely stunning. And I also really, really like Gyeongbokgung, the palace. And again, it's in the middle of the city. You're on your way to work and you're just passing by Gyeongbokgung Palace. You're just like, oh, there they go.
Very, very cool. And then, if you were to do it again, what would your team change or improve?
Well, I think like many other teams, we ran out of time. We didn't really have any organic builders. And I think we really, really got hit with lacking organics or lacking life in our city. You know, we've seen other teams use armor stands, display entities, and I just think we were lacking that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think this map has the highest percentage of structure, or like the least organics out of any map. All right. I think it's selfie time and time to end. Yeah.
Now with the heart. Let's look forward to the hearts, the center background. So look where I'm looking. Awesome.
All right, thank you for letting me host, and thank you for everyone for watching, and we're done.
I need to increase my speed.
I'm getting there at speed 0.001.
Be prepared to teleport.
Ah.
Ta-da! Yes. Turn on your night vision, Mega. This didn't work. Can you send it again? This didn't work. Can you send it again? Okay. I'm going to have to double check myself on all of these words because it's going to be really embarrassing if I get the names wrong. I'm above you.
You're above me. Hi.
I'm trying to see
above
what it
me
is.
Again?
Again, I'm above you.
I have the high ground.
Oh gosh.